screamed into the silence, and the silence answered with another sunrise. Yeah. Everybody talks about faith when the sky is blue. Nobody tells you how it feels when every prayer echoes back to you. I counted every sleepless night, every tear I tried to hide, every time I smiled in public, then cried all the way home inside. Bills stack higher than my confidence, dreams weighed down by disappointment. Friends disappear with the sunshine, leaving storms as my only appointment. I questioned every open door, wonder why they always closed. Started blaming heaven for battles nobody knows. I looked into the mirror, didn't recognize the man I saw. Not because I hated myself, because pain rewrote every flaw. But somehow, every breath I almost lost was another reason I was never truly lost. Maybe miracles don't always sound like thunder. Sometimes they sound like surviving one more night. God never left my side, even when I couldn't feel the light. He carried every piece of me when I was too weak to fight. I thought I walked alone, but every scar became a guide. Looking back, I finally see God never left my side. Failure became my teacher, rejection became my map. Every closed door pushed me toward the place I couldn't see at the time. People judged my silence, never knowing would I survive. They measured my smile, not the battles that kept me alive. I buried dreams, started making graves for every promise fear tried to erase. But hope has a strange way of growing through broken concrete. Faith isn't pretending everything feels okay. Faith is choosing another step when every feeling says walk away. I stopped asking, why is this happening? And started asking, what is this preparing me for? Everything changed. God never left my side through every unanswered prayer. Even when my heart was breaking, His mercy was still there. Every valley shaped my soul, every mountain changed my eyes. Now I know God never left my side. I don't want easy never built courage. I don't want comfort never taught endurance. Give me purpose bigger than applause, give me peace stronger than fear. Give me faith that keeps moving even when the destination isn't clear. Because I survived things nobody clapped for, I won battles nobody celebrated. The strongest victories are usually invisible. Every scar on my heart is proof that quitting never got the final word. If you're hearing this, maybe you've been carrying something you never told anyone. Maybe you've smiled through depression. Maybe you've prayed without believing anyone was listening. If that's you, you're still here, that matters. God never left my side. Not in the silence, not in the waiting, not in the tears. Every setback, every heartbreak, every lonely road became another chapter of a story still being written. God never left my side, and He hasn't left yours either. One day, you'll stop asking why you survived and realize someone else survives because you did. If this song feels like part of your story, I hope you'll share that story. Someone else may need to hear. Yeah. There were mornings I woke up, already tired of pretending. Smiled before I checked my phone, cause bad news felt never ending. People only saw the surface, never read between the lines. Didn't know I was surviving one heartbeat at a time. I kept asking why me, like heaven owed me an explanation. Then I realized maybe my survival was somebody else's demonstration. I learned that storms don't ask permission, they just come, but they also leave. And when they do, you see strength you never knew you'd become. The road was longer than I wanted, the lesson was harder than I expected, but quitting would have erased everything tomorrow was trying to give me. God never left my side, not when the answers came too late, not when every open door turned into another gate. He was writing chapters I couldn't understand inside. Now every page reminds me, oh, God never left my side. I remember praying with nothing left to offer except broken words and exhausted faith. No perfect speeches, no beautiful sentences, just God, please don't let this be how my story ends. Sometimes that's enough, because faith isn't measured by perfect prayers, it's measured by refusing to stop praying. Now I carry scars like medals, not because pain is beautiful, because healing proves pain didn't win. I stopped chasing applause, some victories are too personal for crowds to understand. Nobody celebrated the nights I didn't give up, nobody clapped when I chose hope instead of bitterness. Nobody saw the tears that watered the dreams I'm standing inside today. Growth is quiet, healing is quiet, faith is often quiet, but quiet things can still change an entire life. Maybe you're listening with tears you haven't explained to anyone. Maybe everyone thinks you're okay, cause you've become too good at hiding the weight. If you're still breathing, your story is still moving. Don't let one painful chapter convince you the author. Stop writing. I don't regret every mountain, I don't regret every heartbreak, because if I removed every painful chapter, I'd also erase every lesson that taught me who I could become. Looking back, I finally understand the footprints disappeared, not because I walked alone, but because someone stronger was carrying me the whole time. If your heart has ever whispered, I don't know how much longer I can do this, I hope one day you look back just like I did and realize the moment you thought you were abandoned was the moment you were being carried the most. And if this song reminds you of your own journey, tell your story. Someone who feels alone today may find hope. I thought my future collapsed with them. I stood in the middle of broken expectations, trying to gather pieces that didn't even look like my dreams anymore. People said, everything happens for a reason, but reasons don't always comfort you when your heart is bleeding. Sometimes you don't need another explanation, you just need enough strength to survive until tomorrow. I learned that rock bottom has a strange way of introducing you to the strongest version of yourself. Cause when everything else disappeared, faith stayed. I carried conversations I never spoke out loud, questions that echoed only inside my head. How much longer, how much stronger, how much more can one heart survive? I wore confidence like borrowed clothes, it fit from a distance, but underneath fear kept pulling at every loose thread. Nobody knew that every laugh cost me energy, nobody knew that every I'm okay was another silent battle I barely won. Yet somehow every morning my eyes opened again, and every sunrise whispered something my pain couldn't erase. Keep going. There was a season when my prayers changed. I stopped asking for an easier road, I started asking asking for stronger shoulders, stopped asking for the storm to disappear. Started asking to become someone who could stand even when the wind refused to stop. That's when I realized strength isn't something you're handed, it's something built quietly inside ordinary days that nobody applauds. Every setback added another layer, every disappointment added another reason to believe my story wasn't finished. Some people love me when my dreams didn't threaten theirs. They celebrated until my determination became uncomfortable. Distance taught me what conversations never could. Not everyone who walks beside you is walking with you. Some are waiting to see if you'll fall, others are praying you'll never rise. But I stopped chasing people who already decided they couldn't stay, because the right people don't disappear when life gets heavy, and the one who mattered most never left. Every scar carries a memory, not just of what hurt, but of what healed. I used to hide them, now I remember them, 'cause every mark reminds me that pain never had the final word. The strongest people aren't those who never cried, they're the ones who kept believing while tears were still falling. Hope isn't loud sometimes, hope is simply choosing not to quit one more time. I spent years looking behind me, replaying mistakes, reliving regrets, trying to rewrite moments that were already gone. And one day I noticed something, my future had been waiting patiently. It wasn't angry, it wasn't disappointed, it was simply waiting for me to stop living inside yesterday. Healing didn't erase my past, it changed how I carried it. Now every painful chapter has become proof that no matter how dark the night became, morning always found me. And through every unanswered question, through every closed door, through every lonely road, I finally understand I was never walking alone. Never walked into the place where every disappointment sat quietly, collecting dust. I locked the door because explaining pain was harder than carrying it. People saw progress, they never saw the nights I almost surrendered to hopelessness. Strength wasn't loud, sometimes strength looked like getting out of bed. Sometimes strength was drinking water, sometimes strength was simply believing tomorrow deserved another chance. Looking back, the hardest days didn't destroy me, they introduced me to a version of myself pain could never erase. There were seasons when even hearing my own name felt like carrying another burden. I forgot what confidence sounded like, forgot what peace felt like, forgot that hope could still exist inside broken people. Failure kept introducing itself again, until I almost believed it was my identity. But identity isn't written by your worst moment, it's revealed by what refuses to die inside you and mine. Kept whispering, stand up one more time. I used to think silence meant abandonment, now I understand some seeds grow underground when nobody can see them. Maybe heaven wasn't ignoring me, maybe heaven was growing something my eyes couldn't recognize. Yet not every answer arrives immediately, not every blessing comes wrapped the way we imagine. Sometimes the greatest miracle is becoming someone who survives what should have broken them. The loudest battle never happened outside, it happened every morning. Between fear and faith, between quitting and trying again, between believing my life still mattered or believing the lies pain kept repeating. Every decision to keep walking was another victory. Nobody posted, nobody celebrated, nobody even noticed, but heaven noticed. And sometimes that's enough to keep moving. I spent years running from memories, running from regret, running from people, running from mirrors, until one day I became too exhausted to keep running. So I stood still, faced every fear, faced every wound, faced every chapter I kept pretending didn't hurt. Healing began the moment I stopped escaping my own story. Pain wasn't teach me. People think comebacks begin with applause. Mine started in complete silence. One decision, one prayer, one step, one sunrise, one heartbeat. No audience, no spotlight, just quiet determination, growing stronger than yesterday. Mountains didn't suddenly disappear. I simply became someone who wasn't afraid to climb them anymore. Maybe you've been wondering if anyone would notice if you disappear. Maybe you've convinced yourself you've already fallen too far. Listen carefully, a chapter isn't the whole story. A storm isn't the whole journey. A scar isn't your identity. The same heart that carried you through yesterday can carry you through tomorrow. Another reason to believe that grace was already walking ahead of me. If I made it through the darkest season, then someone listening can make it too. If you ever reach a day where you think you've been forgotten, remember this: the strongest people aren't the ones who never broke. They're the ones who kept putting their heart back together. One piece, one prayer, one sunrise at a time. So before you leave, ask yourself one question: what's the battle you survived that nobody knows about? Maybe your answer will become the hope someone else has been praying to find.